Welcome to another PTCI Channel 2 exclusive presentation. Today we're in Hooker, Oklahoma for the Hooker Car Show. This is the 11th annual Hooker Car Show, 11 years. Emmanuel De Herrera, myself, Sean Barbary, we got here this morning at 9 o'clock. Every block was already full. I've never seen that before, so I have high hopes that this is going to be another record-setting car show. We're going to take the camera, cruise around up and down the blocks, talk to these guys and girls, and see about their hobby. First interview of the day, my good friend Lawrence Maiden from Guyman, Oklahoma, and he's had a couple of cars in his lifetime, and we've been friends for forever. I've never got him on camera, I don't think yet, have I? Is this the first time?
Second time.
Second time, okay, second time. Well, I'm getting older, you know, the mind wanders. But he's got this new car that I've been seeing him cruise around in. It's a 1954 two-door. Now, tell me about it. What's about the car?
Back when I was a young teenager, they were building the car over at Dalhart, and I was always wondering what in the world they were doing to it. So, long story short, I wound up with it back in the 70s.
Oh, you had it that long?
Yeah, for about a week.
Oh.
And then the original owner of it found out I had it, and then he wanted it back.
Oh.
So I sold it to him.
Uh-huh.
And then he got killed in a train wreck.
Oh, that's terrible.
And his son wound up with it, and then his son got killed in a train wreck over by Goodwill. And then his mother found out I wanted the car, so I made a deal with her, and I wound up with it.
That's good.
For the second time.
That's good.
So
did you have to do very much restoration? Was it like this when you acquired it this last time, or?
It was just like this.
Yeah.
I had to redo the wiring. Got to overhaul the transmission, rear end. All of the electrical need to be changed over, so I changed it all. And, just made a good driver out of it.
Yeah, yeah. Talk to me about what's the engine? What's the engine? What's the power plant?
Flathead.
Oh, it is a flathead still.
Yes, the original type motor. 2 carburetors, aluminum heads.
2 singles? 2 singles.
Two carburetors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And got hopped up cam in it, and it's been bored out. Well, and all of the body work is done in lead.
Oh,
and it's
old school stuff.
Yeah. Old school is, like I say, is built back in the 50s and early 60s.
Before Bondo.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, lead makes a better seam. It's
yeah.
just kind of dangerous to work with.
Yeah.
It'll make it go crazy. Maybe that's why I keep forgetting things.
Yeah, that's why I am the way I am.
Well,
so, too much lead.
Too much lead. Has to be.
Anyway, it's sure been a good conversation piece.
Well, you know, when I see you coming down the road, and of course we wave at one another, you know, and I always think, man, that's I'm not a Ford guy. You know this, but that's a really good looking car, and it makes me happy to see it out there running around still.
Yeah, it's a joy to drive. Sure is, a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, when I think of a flathead, I don't think of something that's making a lot of power. Does it make some power? Will it turn the tires over?
Barely.
Will it really? What's the cubic inches?
239.
So it's inline?
No, it's a V8.
Oh, it's a V.
Yeah, it's a V8.
232, a whole 239 cubic inches.
Yeah,
huh?
about 110 horsepower maybe.
Really? Even with the hopped up cam?
Yeah, even with that. So,
wow.
But
now,
anyway.
Automatic or?
It's 3-speed overdrive.
Gotcha.
Original transmission.
Well, it's a really cool story about the car, and I'm glad that you shared it with us. But what makes me more happy than anything is that you're saving something that probably would have gone to the scrap heap eventually had you not maybe sort of intervened and kept it from the crusher.
Yeah, because that's where it was heading when I found it.
Really?
Back in the 70s.
It was going to the crusher?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The windows were busted out. It was beat all to pieces.
Wow.
And the guy, that's when I bought it, was back then, but the original owner of the car built it back.
Really?
The way he had it back in the old days.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you've got some people that want to come and look at it, so I'm going to let you go, but we're going to take the camera and walk around and get some shots if you don't mind.
Don't mind.
Thank you, Lawrence.
See ya.
when we walked in this morning, and right off the bat, I saw this Firebird, and I love Firebirds. I've had them in my lifetime. This is a 1973 Firebird Trans Am. This is Michael Smith. This is his car. It's from Perryton, Texas. Tell me about the car. It's an eye catcher.
Well, it's been a 5-year project. The car was pretty rough when I bought it, but through the years, just did a little bit of work here, a little bit of work there. Had it painted here in Perryton, Texas by Rick O'Quinn. The color, you know, I wanted something unusual, so I went with the Lamborghini orange. And it's been a long journey, but I'm getting out to where I can actually get out and drive it. This is the first time it's ever been out of Perryton.
Really?
Yeah.
So I've never seen the car before. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been doing these for, I don't know, 8, 10
I've had it
years.
in the Perryton car show before, but this is the first time it's been outside the city of Perryton.
No, this is a Lamborghini color, so this is not factory correct for the car. What was the car originally? What
White.
color? It was a white car?
Yeah.
Good choice. I'm not a white car guy.
Yeah.
They're boring. Talk to me about the engine.
It's got a 400
The 6.6.
Pontiac, 6.6. There's really no modifications on the motor. It's got headers on it, stuff like that. It's got a Muncie 4-speed
M21
transmission.
or?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. The rear end is factory. I haven't got to that part yet, but other than that, it's pretty well standard.
Wow, it's so pretty, and I just love those snorkel hoods. Those were, you know,
that was the gotcha on my part.
Wasn't that cool that Pontiac did that?
Mm-hmm.
Just whoever thought that up was, in my opinion, really, really ahead of their time. You said it's a 5-year project. Where did you get the car from?
I bought the car in McKinney, Texas. Had a friend that lived there and went and looked at it, and you know it was pretty rough, but it was a project car.
Was it a lot of rust? Texas usually wouldn't be
a little
rust.
bit behind the back wheels and stuff, and in the trunk. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. Stripped her down and just started with the body on it. I did it backwards. I started with the body and the interior last. But
and the interior, we're going to show you guys later, but the interior is immaculate. That's an eye catcher.
Yeah, that was done by Yells in Pampa.
Oh,
They
really?
did a really good job.
Oh man, they did. That's dreamy looking in there. Tell me something fun about the car. Do you have a fun story about it? I guess you really haven't had it out very long.
Well, I can tell you this, and I hope my wife's not watching it.
Well,
but,
she might be.
You know, I approached her about buying this for my 13-year-old grandson so he can drive, but I'm not sure he's gonna, I hope he's not watching either, because I'm not sure he's going to get to drive it.
This one might have to stay in the family.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's been a pretty fun car to drive. You know, it's a step back in time when you get in it because you don't have cup holders. You know, you can't drink coffee and drive a standard. You know, it's pretty tough. You know, but it's
more talent than I have.
Yeah. You know, I busted a lot of knuckles on it, but it's been worthwhile. It's going to be a good car when I get through it.
Well, I tell you, my hat's off to you. I mean, I know what it takes to go through a car like this and to bring one from that far back. And you know, these old Firebirds, Trans Ams and stuff, that you don't find them because a lot of people just wrecked them out.
Right.
Wrecked them out and they just were gone.
Yeah. But it'll work good for us. It's going to turn out pretty good. I enjoy driving it down here.
Oh, I bet.
I was a little scared at first, but then, you know, about 20 miles outside of Perryton, I got a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know.
Does that the Radio 2 suspension all work really good?
Yeah, I replaced everything, the sway bar, the gearbox, you know, the whole front end is done.
Nice.
Been replaced.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you taking some time to talk to us about it. It's a beautiful car. We're going to take the other camera, walk around and get some tight shots of it. I appreciate it.
Enjoy your car show.
Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you.
have with us now Kurt Benford from Guyman.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great, thank you.
You brought your Challenger, it's a 73 Challenger, to the car show.
Yes.
And aside from the fact that it's a really pretty car, it's a beautiful car, it's an eye catcher, I saw that someone has signed something on it. What does it say? What's it mean?
It says Mike, good car, Mario Andretti, 2005.
Mario Andretti.
The guy that built the car had it up at Hugoton Firestone grand opening Boltman's when Mario Andretti was there, and he signed it for him.
That is awesome. I'll bet not many people have a signature of Mario Andretti on their Challenger.
Probably not too many here anyway.
Probably not too many here. Tell me about the car. How long have you had it?
Oh, we've had it about 7, 8 years, something like that. Bought it from Mike there in Hugoton. He rebuilt it. He had a little shop called Moonlight Auto Body, and coincidentally, my wife and I lived across the alley when we were first married from him when he was building the car. So I actually saw him build it. Didn't have any hopes or dreams of ever owning it any day, but one day driving by on the way to the library with the little kids, he had it parked out with the for sale sign.
Yeah.
So my wife actually saw it and told me about it. So
that's cool. So
I didn't have to fight her about it.
You didn't? Well, that's always a plus too. She's off camera. Hi. So you actually did get to see what it took to build the car, and then you ended up with it. What are your plans with it? I mean, is it going to be in your family?
It depends on if the boy becomes responsible or not, whether we keep it.
Oh, he's shaking his head no, Dad. I don't know. You better figure out a way to make that.
We haven't taken time to bring it to very many car shows. This is only our second one in that period of time. And,
where did you take it? Where's the other one you took it?
Flatlanders, when they were going there in Guyman.
Okay.
We took it there.
We filmed there. Chances are we've got it on camera.
It's possible it wasn't their last one, but we had planned on going, but forgot about it. I was busy working. We were driving through town and saw the sign, so we hurried home and drove it. Without washing or anything. Got a few comments about the cleachy dust. And of course today we washed it before we brought it, but we have a couple miles of cleachy before we get here. So it's a little dusty again.
So tell me about the bits and pieces. What's the engine like? Is it original?
It's numbers matching all the way around. Original 344 barrel with a 4-speed on it. And it was been rotisserie restored, but a lot of the parts and pieces are original.
Oh, cool.
Most all the chrome is original.
Really?
Been redone, but it's not 100% perfect show quality by any means, but it's pretty nice.
Well, to be able to use the original chrome on these old cars is actually saying something, because that's the first thing that usually either gets bent, rusted out, or stolen.
The car was a little rough. I think they started. He has a big album that he was going to give me, but we've never gotten together on that.
You need to get that.
With the pictures of the whole job and everything on it. In the story, I think he probably was only the second owner, and a guy that helped him rebuild it had rode around in a lot when he was a kid.
Oh yeah.
With the original owner of it.
So what's the farthest you've driven the car? I mean, evidently you drive it around.
But we don't go. I haven't driven any farther than Liberal.
Okay.
Perhaps. But yes, it's seems roadworthy. It runs really good. It probably only has 2,500 miles on the rebuild.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
So it's still pretty young in its restoration life.
Yes.
Well,
but it was a factory air car as well, and I don't know what other options were rarity for it. But
I don't know.
A lot of things like I look a little piece like this and think, well, the guy screwed up and left something there, and I do a little research, and that's was one of the first environmental deals. EPA said we had to have this little vent tube on. So even when you see some piece like that you think is out of place, it actually is period correct and original. Vents some extra vapor that you might get when you're coming in or out of that 4-barrel, I guess.
Well, it's a really, really pretty car, and I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to us about it. If you don't mind, we'll take the other camera and walk around and get some tight shots.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, well, when we first walked in today, heard someone yell my name, Sean, and I turned around. It was my great friend Terry Burch from Laverne, Oklahoma.
Hey, Sean.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, doing great. First time here at the Hooker Car Show.
Oh, this is your first time?
This is absolutely first time.
Is this not magnanimous?
For small town America, rural Oklahoma, it can't get no better than this. This is
I
great.
know, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I didn't know you had a car. Well, I mean, obviously you probably had some sort of car, but I didn't know you had this cool a car.
Well, thank you. It's the wife and I's, and we're proud of it. Have a lot of fun in it.
So you were telling me off camera that you've had it for about 3 years. You had this real fun story.
Had it for 3 years. Just this Labor Day, bought it on that Saturday of Labor Day. Wife and I both were 55 years old. Knew what we wanted. She wanted the Camaro. I kept saying no, and I finally gave in. And
when you saw it, right? You're like,
when we
okay.
saw it, she knew she wanted white, so we found the white one.
Yeah.
And then we started putting some graphics on it, and it's still a work in progress. There's a few more items I want to do, but we have a lot of fun.
Well, that's awesome.
A lot of fun.
See, it's something you guys are doing together, so that makes it better, right? I mean, sometimes you hear the stories. Well, my husband, he's always in the garage doing this or that, and I never see him. But you guys are doing it together.
That's right.
That's good. So, what are what future plans are? The graphics are really cool that you've done so far.
Of course, the graphics. We could go down here and you can see.
Oh yeah.
The graphics done was Monster Graphics out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Did the striping and all like that. The painting under the hood. You gonna hold that right there? Painting back under the hood. Jamie Green.
Oh, nice.
Jamie Green out of Fargo Gage, Oklahoma. Cold air intake. Got that painted.
Cold air box, cold air intake.
Everything. There's just a few more mods. I want to doll all that up. And
aren't these
I'll
always
cover,
such a
I'll
weird
cover all
looking thing
this
on
up.
Camaros?
And then I'm going to have a mural done in there one of these days.
Oh, nice.
Is
this your wife?
No,
Oh.
not my wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, but it's a plain V8 SSRS Camaro.
But it is an
2014.
SSRS.
SSRS.
So what kind of horsepower are we talking about here?
About 426, and then added with the cold air intake. It's not souped up yet. I don't have a supercharger or anything like that.
Right.
And
426 horses though, Terry. That's a lot of horsepower under the hood.
It's enough for this old man.
What does the car weigh? 34, 36?
Probably about 3,300. I imagine. I'm guessing somewhere.
That's like a 100 horse on a skateboard, my friend.
That's right.
I mean, it gets on down the road, right?
Yes.
Now you don't go out and pound it, do you? You don't go out and mash the gas.
Once in a while.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Why once in a while? Yeah.
I mean, tires are cheap, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true.
Oh.
So, but we have a lot of good times in it and everything.
Well, ordinarily I would ask about a fun story, but you've given me so many fun stories already. I mean, is there something on the way out that you'd like to leave? Just something that you know about the car, or everything about it so far has been really fun.
Just the wife and I got to bet who's going to get the first ticket in it. So, and I hope it's not me.
Well, what are the chances? Give me some odds. Give me some odds.
She's got probably better odds than I do.
So she a little heavier footed?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Where is she? We need to talk to her.
She's hiding today. So.
Okay. Well, Terry, I appreciate it. If you don't mind, we'll take the other camera, get some tight shots around the car.
Sure.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, appreciate it. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
The station, it was over when you got me in your sights. It was clear I wasn't able to control my knees, 'cause I was hypnotized. I can't deny, you got fire in those eyes. So me and you could run away. I
Not many times in my life do I see a vehicle quite like this. Terry, this is
Never
Terry
liked this
Spurlock.
one.
I think I can safely say that. This is Terry Spurlock. This is his creation, and it's a 1923 S6 pickup.
Yep.
Tell me about it. I mean, everything from the kitchen sink to your dad's front end is on here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's got an RV motor in it, 454. The front grille is like a 40 some model Ford.
Is it really?
Chopped and narrowed. Front axle's 59 Ford pickup. Steering box 63 Ford pickup. The hood is 30 Chevy. This piece of the cow is 30 Model A. The body is Essex, 2-door sedan.
Yeah.
Got suicide doors on it.
Ah, that's awesome.
The back pickup box is Model T.
Yeah.
The headlights are 30 some model Pontiac.
I was gonna say those are.
It's all tube frame, dually rear end.
Yeah, it's got the dual tires on it. How long is
crazy
the drive
ride.
shaft on this thing?
It come out of a dually truck.
Did it really?
It's got a carrier bearing in it and everything. It's a 17-foot wheelbase. Weighs 3,800 pounds.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty light, really.
It cruises really good.
I'll bet. I'll
Got
bet.
a little give in the frame, you know.
Does it take a long ways to get it to turn?
It's not that bad.
Is it really?
No, it's not that bad.
The engine, is it a stock RV? Is it
Yes,
just
it's got an RV cam in it. That's about it.
so what?
I figure, you know, you got an RV, you might as well have a toilet in the back seat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 300 horse or something.
Yeah, maybe.
This is a cool thing, man. This is a cool thing, but I see it's for sale.
It is.
Why do you want to sell it?
So I can build another one.
How much do you want for it?
12 grand.
12 grand? Well, it seems like it's worth it.
Yeah, my wife says I can't build another one unless I sell one.
Oh man, don't you
I
hate it when
still
you get the
got my
ultimatum? You just get something that you like built, and then you got to sell it because you want to build another one.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
So, where's all the wrought iron? I mean, that's pretty cool. It's got the acorn.
A lot of that stuff comes from bed frames and stuff like that I found in the alley.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. All right, tell me a fun story about this. How long you just got it done?
Yeah, I'd been collecting for about 2 years to do it, and then
Yeah.
it took me about a year and a half to build it.
Tell me something fun about it, other than the
Fun
fact that it's
about
already way fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's got a loud horn.
Good gosh, scared her. Or was that you? Wait, I don't know which one. Might have been her.
At least she didn't drop the bottle.
Unintentional. That was unintentional. That is a loud horn, my friend.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you for the laugh.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's
Straight out Mad Max or something.
that's what I based it on when I built it.
Mad Max?
Yeah.
I like the spines.
Yeah, it's got a
Dinosaur
little bit
spines.
of tilling stuff for get them or dirt clod busters or whatever.
What's the hole in the top for?
That's so I can see the stoplights.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. And then last weekend we went to Arkansas and entered in the car show at it was Rats to Riches.
Yeah.
2017. Took top 75.
Here, hold it up for the camera. Top 75. That's cool.
Out of 300 cars.
That's awesome. So this, not only is this brand new rat rod, this is an award-winning rat rod.
Yeah.
You got an award in your hand, right?
Yeah.
Come on, you gotta promote
It's
it.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good car show. Rats to Riches. They have it every Labor Day.
Oh, really?
So
I never even heard of it. I'll have to check that out.
yeah, it's a good car show. It's all rat rods, rat bikes, and shop trucks.
Well, hey, since you are trying to sell this, I don't normally do this, but we're friends. Tell people how they can get a hold of you.
And they can get a hold of me at 651-4505.
Bring money.
Bring
And a
money.
trailer?
Takes
A trailer,
cash.
Or drive it home.
Yeah. I'll deliver it.
This is awesome. This is awesome. All right, well, hey, man,
But
thanks
yeah.
for taking the time.
You're welcome. Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. This is just way cool. introducing this 68 Impala, and we're looking for the guy. Nobody knew the guy. It says, hey, do you know the Steve? And nobody knew him. Finally, I see this guy getting it, and I'm thinking, well, this has got to be the owner. And it is. This is Steve Simul from Woodward, Oklahoma. He's got this immaculate 68 Impala, and it's got a monstrous big block, and I need to know about it because that's a beautiful engine.
It is. It's a 632 all aluminum engine, and it dynoed at 771 horse.
That's a few pointies.
It's 6,000 RPM. So.
My goodness, is it so? What, like a Wien, Rodex, Dart? What are we talking components wise?
It's a Dart block, aluminum block. Yeah, it is.
Nice. Well, we were speaking off camera, and I thought I recognized your last name. You said you used to have an El Camino that you had brought here a few years ago. Now, have you been working on this since that time?
Yes, matter of fact, we were working on it at that time when I talked to. I think I talked to you and told you my son and I were working on this.
Okay.
And we hope to bring it up here in a few years, and we got it done.
See, look how good I am. I didn't even know this was you, but I saw the car and I was like, I got to talk to that person. I don't know who it is, but they've got it on camera. Well, tell me all about it. How long did it take? What all did it take to make it be this?
It took a little over 3 years to do it. We put air ride suspension in it, new A-arms. We took it off the frame. It's a frame off.
Oh, nice. So you went all the way?
All the way. We got put the engine in it, and we put a 5-speed in it and a 9-inch Ford for a rear end. And one unique thing about it, we put 22s on the back by 12-inch wide, but to get it, we didn't tub the car.
Yeah.
We swelled the fenders out about 2.5 inches on it.
Really? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So and they fit.
That's awesome. It does have some big old meats in the back end.
And other than that, this was my high school car, and it was my son's high school car, and we put it up in the barn. And then, oh gosh, I'd say 20 years later, we got it out. And
so it's been in the family since it was new?
Not new.
Oh.
It had 44,000 miles on it when I bought it in 1972.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a cool story, though, for you guys to have it that long and then restore it.
Yeah.
Most people don't. They just let it go.
Well, we wanted a project, and that was sitting there. We're both gearheads, and that was sitting in the barn, and we thought, well, there's a lot of the money right there to start with. So we just started on it, and one thing led to another. We were going to do this, and then we did something else. And
so now, did you guys do all the engine work, or did you have somebody else do it?
We bought the engine out of Phoenix. My son did.
Oh, okay.
It was already built. And the primary builder on this was Todd Barker out of Marlow, Oklahoma. He painted it, built the exhaust system. My son and I put the headers on it and the fuel system, and we had the car running when we sent it to him.
Oh, right.
And he took it all back apart and made it look like this.
It is really pretty. I mean, you look in here and every single thing is detailed, and such a gloss on everything. It's hard to see where something begins and something ends.
And I'm not a painter, but they say black is really hard to make straight.
It is.
So
because it shows every angle of everything.
We were real pleased with him. He was a real good guy to work with.
Yeah. So what are the plans for, since you've had it in the family this long, is I'm sure it's going to stay in the family?
Yeah, it's my son, I'm sure is going to keep it.
Well,
he's got so much money in it, he's not going to let it go.
Yeah, and that makes sense. What does it sound like when you fire it up? Is it pretty beastie?
It is. It's got 3.5-inch stainless steel exhaust all the way out the side too. We ran it out the side. That was his idea.
Yeah.
And it's got some cutouts on it. Yeah.
Do you guys drive it on the street ever?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
It's a driver.
Air ride is pretty nice, right?
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's pretty convenient.
What's your favorite story about the car? I mean, you've told me a lot, but what is the one thing that stands out as something that you remember above all else?
I guess just building it with my son.
That's important, isn't it?
When we started on it, I can remember the first day we pulled the engine out of it.
Yeah.
And I guess that's my most favorite part about it.
Well, those are the important things, and I'm glad you said that, because those are the things that are real and real about life and that you should remember. Yeah. Was it originally black?
Yes. It was black with a white top and black interior.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's got white interior now, doesn't it?
It's got red.
Oh, red. Yeah.
red. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you taking some time. Would you fire it up for us?
You bet. My pleasure.
awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, now, honey, I can hardly speak. Oh, now, honey, I feel a little weak. Oh, now, honey, kill me with your eyes. Oh, now, honey, got a little time. Oh, now, baby, get a little high. Oh, now, sugar, don't you know why?
So we just spoke with Steve with the 68 Impala. Now we're here with Henry Volutman. He's got this beautiful 67 Chevelle. And we were talking off camera. You and Steve are kind of running buddies. You've been. Tell me about what you just got through doing in Noble.
Well, we went down there to supposedly a big Chevy show, and both cars were interviewed by Velocity Channel to be on TV.
Oh, so you guys are already TV stars.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
We don't need to do anything else. Let's wrap it up. No, I'm just kidding.
It's probably going to be on the cutting room floor.
Oh, I doubt that. Well, this interview won't go on the cutting room floor. It'll go on Channel 2.
Yeah.
So I saw your car, but I was so intrigued with the 68 that I didn't try to find anybody else. Tell me about this. There's a lot of goodies in this engine compartment.
Well, it's a 468 big block with a 5-speed behind it, and it's running a 641 Cam Dynamics roller, Brodex heads, 800 Holly, Hedman headers, HEI ignition, 10.5 to 1 compression,
600 horse?
600 plus or minus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a March assembly on the front runner assembly. It's got power steering, air conditioning, tilt, telescope, everything except, got about everything you want except power brakes, power windows.
And I noticed you had Willwoods all the way around. Willwood brakes?
Yeah.
Did you do all the work yourself?
Yes, sir.
Nice. How long did it take you to build the car?
Well, except for the body work, it took me about probably a year.
Is it a frame? Is it a frame off?
It's a rotisserie job.
Yeah. So, in case most people don't know, but back in this era, the frame, you could actually take the complete body off as a unit, and the frame would stand there alone.
Oh yeah.
And so what they do is they take these, they call it a frame off. They put the frame on a rotisserie. Actually, they put the body on a rotisserie as well.
Yeah.
Spin it around, clean every bit of it, and just start from ground zero.
Yeah.
So this was this car. You did that to this car.
Yes, sir.
How long did that part take? How long did it take him to strip the frame, get it back to ready to go?
That probably took. You got to consider you got parts coming.
Right.
And you got to consider your bankroll.
Right.
But
right.
it probably altogether from the time it set off the frame till I could have had it ready to roll back under the car, probably 3 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
You
much faster than I thought.
Yeah, but I just took the body frame and had it sandblasted, then took it to powder coated and had it powder coated, and then you can start putting pieces back on.
Good idea about the powder coat. That's a good idea. That's a really super hard substance.
Yeah, powder coat's good. It helps, and we powder coated everything we could on the suspension and everything we could powder coat, so it's pretty well drivable.
That's nice. So do you drive this to events or do you trailer this?
This car's only got 5 miles on it.
Oh my goodness.
So it's fresh this year. In fact, it's so fresh it hasn't even been at the alignment shop.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It came out. We showed up here with our vet last year, and we decided we'd just bring this one this year and got it done. Came.
So you've actually driven it though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, if I had this, I'd have to drive it at least once.
Yeah, we've driven it, but not very far.
Yeah. I would imagine that it probably launches pretty hard.
Yeah, it runs good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, what is the most fun story you have about the car to date?
I guess the most fun story is the reaction you get every once in a while from people. You got to enjoy it to have a show car. I mean, you got to enjoy people's reactions, and reactions over how shiny the paint is and how slick the motor is, and the comments like, "Well, do you think you need to put some chrome under the hood or something?" You know,
There's a lot of chrome. We'll show you later.
Those kind of comments you kind of get a kick out of.
Yeah.
That's probably no longer I've had the car out. That's about as exciting as it gets, you know.
I'll tell you, it's really pretty.
Thank you.
My personal favorite is 70 of the Chevelle, but these are, you know, I had some friends with 67s back in the day, and they're a beautiful car. They really, truly are. Well, I really appreciate you taking time to talk to us about it.
You're welcome.
Carlos Miller, and he looked me up a while ago and he said, hey, you got to come and see my new thing. I said, what do you mean your new thing? He said, I got a thing. I got an Audi. I got a toy. So we're here talking to him.
It's setting in a Q7.
A Q7 Audi. And I've never been in one.
Another high. And when I was in Oklahoma City, my youngest son was with me from Denver, and he said, oh, Dad, we got to go look, because they carry the Audis I want down here. They won't carry that package up there. So we drove by and looked at this one, and I said, that's kind of neat. And he's going, it's got all the technology you need to stay safe, because you're getting older. And I'm going, okay, what's your problem here? And he said, well, this thing, when you set it, when you turn everything on, it'll keep you between the lines, behind the car, and it will read all the stop signs coming in and out of town. The only sign it will not read is the stop sign.
Really?
It's an all-wheel drive vehicle that is redesigned this year, and what I like about it is like with all the technology in this thing, of course coming from where I used to work,
right,
it really works out great, because I mean I can sit there and tell this thing where I want to go, and it will literally drive me to where I want to go.
That's amazing.
Like if I wanted to go home from here, it'd take me through Optimus, pick my speed up, put my speed down. When I got in town, I'd stop at stop sign. I'd get over to 2nd Street, it'd slow down and want to turn me left.
You're kidding.
No.
So, Casey, everybody out in TV world doesn't know, but you used to work for PTCI.
Yes, I did.
And what were you for PTCI?
I was a central office repair person.
Right.
And did a lot of fiber optics, special circuits.
All right, here we go.
Enjoyed the tar out of it, but at one time it got to be the point where I got tired of all the O's and ones.
I understand.
So I decided it was time to go fishing
And buy a Q7.
and buy a Q7.
So
Yeah.
show us on the panel, on the instrument panel, the different things that this car does for you intuitively.
Okay. Well, like here's one. If I change views, it'll move everything in the middle. But if I go back to the view, it's telling me what's consuming electricity in the vehicle, whether my driver assistance is on and off, whether I have traffic sign information. It tells me basically how many miles I got on it, stuff like that. If I want to go over, it'll tell me different things about warnings on my car, and then if I go over, it'll pick me out my radio station. You notice in the dash you don't see a radio.
No.
It's there or there.
No, there's nothing. Here's a front display, a pop-up display.
It's called the MMI, and I can zoom in, and the little blue arrow is where we're sitting right now in Hooker, right here.
Yeah.
Now, if you got down to the bottom of it, it would tell you the time, signal strength on my cell phone, and my altitude.
So is this done through your cellular,
Satellite.
through the cell
But
signal?
it's through a cell signal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
program.
cool.
Now, if I want to call somebody, I just hit the button and then it'll bring up whether I got a phone or not. But then when it brings the phone up, it'll bring up my phone directory.
That's amazing.
And then if I go over to, let's go media, I can play movies on there. I can play CDs. I can play SD cards. And then it's telling me that right now I'm playing track 16 on the deal.
On the CD?
No, it's on an SD card.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, if I keep going over, there's where my phone's supposed to be, but there's my map. It tells me I'm at 2,980 feet, and I'm in the off-road condition. I'm looking at 100-foot, what would you call it?
View?
View. And then if let's see, flip it over. If I go back to 565 miles, I can bring up my main menu somewhere along here. Oh, pushing the wrong button. That button. There's the map. Now, if I want to use the Audi Connect, I click on that, I accept it, and it'll bring up what my weather is, what the fuel prices are around here, and points of interest right there.
That's crazy.
Now, if I keep going, it'll give me the weather forecast, or fuel prices, parking information, or let's see what's going on in the world. Latest update on the AFP. Bermuda devastated by hurricane. There's the news article on Bermuda.
That hurricane thing, it bugs me. Man. Yeah. So this does everything.
Let's put it this way. I quit my job to get away from
technology,
the world and everything, and that's all this car does is bring me to it. And it's really super quiet. My only thing that I really don't care about it's governed electronically at 136 miles an hour.
That's not good.
I know it.
Can you take it off?
You gotta have a degree in computer engineering to take it off.
It probably is in the programming, isn't it?
Yeah. And this thing, the reason I know it's 136 is because me and the Corvette on I-25. My wife said, "Do you reckon you can explain 136 miles an hour to the highway patrolman?" And I said, "No." So set the cruise and enjoy the ride.
That's funny. That's funny.
But anyway, it's really a blast to drive.
What kind of fuel mileage does it get?
And the fuel, it's a supercharged V6 Audi engine that cruising at 80 miles an hour does 27 miles a gallon, and it's all-wheel drive.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm not griping. The only thing, you got to have 91 octane.
Oh, it does take it?
Yeah, it doesn't run. It doesn't like
The other stuff?
other stuff.
Well, Carlos, I appreciate you showing us your new toy.
Oh, it's too bad I can't let everybody drive it. My wife would shoot me. Now, if they would fill it up with gas, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
First time around, I was just 16. I ain't never had a lover, didn't know anything. Pull me down to my knees. Next thing I was a rider that continued to bleed. Deep in my soul, next to my heart, was a pen and some paper and a brand new start.
Okay, it's getting towards the end of the time that we're going to be here today. We've got several interviews with a lot of great people. We've learned a lot about their hobby, their interests and everything. And now we've got Linda Martin. Linda has Linda's Flowers here in Hooker, and she's, I think, considered like the queen of the car show.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something that I would?
That would work.
Queen of the car show.
That would work.
Because if you ask anybody, hey, what about the car show? They say, well, you got to call Linda. Linda's the one that knows.
Yeah.
So how's it going this year?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. This looks like the biggest crowd we've ever had.
See, that's what we were saying earlier.
225 cars so far,
225.
and we're giving away over $15,000 in cash and prizes. Our wonderful sponsors. We had a bonus $500 given to us yesterday that nobody knows we're going to give away.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Now, who does that? I mean, what are the?
We're gonna draw out of the People's Choice Cup. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be a bonus 500.
And it's a mystery bonus 500, huh?
It is.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
'Cause
Go ahead.
we give away every penny that's given to us from our sponsors. We make sure that it goes out to the public or to the car entrance. So,
Right.
Yeah. So if they gave us extra, we throw in an extra.
What's the longest distance that someone came this year? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I know there's some from Arizona.
Ooh, that's a good long way.
It's yeah, and but I haven't checked to see if he's the longest. He usually gets the longest distance. So.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
there's our flyover.
Oh.
Woohoo!
There goes Aaron Witt flying by this.
Oh, Aaron Witt.
He's got a camera on that.
It snuck upon us. I think they're going to turn around and come back down.
He is.
So maybe Emmanuel will be able to flip around and catch the return.
Oh
of
my
that, but-
goodness, that food smells wonderful. Can you smell that food?
Yeah, was it on the plane?
I don't know, but it's sure coming over here.
Okay, so you had the Arizona person come. Tell me a fun story about this year. This is the 11th annual.
This is the
11
11th
years.
annual. I have a couple of stories. One of the really interesting ones, last night I got a phone call from this guy. He was here 2 years ago. His dad and he and his uncle came over here to the Ford garage in 1949.
Wow.
Bought a brand new pickup. Took it home and he's never been back to Hooker. And
Really?
he heard about our car show and he said, I'm coming to Hooker for the car show.
Really?
And he came over here and he sat over there by the old Ford garage. He called me last night. He had it registered to come this year and he said, Linda, I've got a problem. My clutch won't engage.
Oh no!
I can drag it on the trailer and drag it off, or he listed 3 other vehicles, a 60-something Mustang, a limousine, and a 60-something Must truck, which was a Mustang rat rod built into a pickup.
Oh, you got to bring that.
And he said, which one would you prefer? Any one of them would be fine. I haven't seen him yet. I've been looking for him. His name is Cecil. He's
hope he
from
brought the Must
Eddard.
truck.
I know, and he may have. He may have. He was kind of proud of that. But no, there's always a good story.
You know, we've been up and down several times, and I don't think I've seen something that would be considered a Must truck. How about you?
Yeah,
Emmanuel?
and he may have brought
No?
a limousine.
Yeah,
Or
it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been the limousine. And he might have brought his pickup if he drug it on and drug it off.
Yeah, I
We'll
don't know.
see. I don't know. We'll have to go find him.
Yeah, so okay, you've got some amazing people helping you with all this.
Oh, yes.
How about some shout outs? You got some
Yes.
shine above people, or you want to just throw them all out there?
I have a couple of youth groups that have been amazing for several years. FFA, Stacia Huxman is the leader, and she sends her group down here, and they help with registration. They help with balloting, putting the votes.
Yeah?
Yes. And they take care of the trash.
Oh, hold
Make
on.
sure all of the,
Right before you do that,
Oh, here.
see if you can spin around and get that plane.
the plane's
It's coming right behind you.
Yeah.
Everybody wave.
He's going downwind and he's going much faster this time.
Oh, that was neat.
Okay, so you have the FFA kids.
And we have HALO, the Hispanic American Leadership Organization.
Mm-hmm.
And they came down earlier this morning and helped passing out the bags for the pre-registered cars. And they're also running the little kitty cars.
Oh, cool.
And that's one of their fundraisers. And we also, the car show donates money to them for their efforts, because we always know any of those groups need extra money.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So, and we appreciate it so much. I mean,
Well,
it's
That's good that you guys do that for them, and then they in turn help you guys.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
how partnerships are supposed to
Yeah.
Cooperation, boys and girls, that's what it's all about, right?
And they work hard and they show up. What do you need me to do? So, yeah, they're great.
What about your yellow shirt people? You want to throw
The
out?
staff, oh.
Mark Davis, I know. Of course, he's
Mark
so
is
vocal.
the announcer.
He's always in my ear everywhere we go. And Mark is going to actually help us with some football games this year.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to help us with some play-by-play. So I got to give him a double shout out for that deal. But you got Steve Walton, and I know that there's a million others that I don't know about. You want to throw out some of those names?
Okay, Steve Walton, Mark Davis. Let me think. Janet Jackson and her husband, Robbie, are here. They helped with the gate, parking the cars. Janet is up there now. Every time Mark draws a number, she has it ready for him to come up and claim. She takes care of all of that, gets it all organized. Julie Martin, my daughter-in-law, and my son Dennis, they've been up here getting ready. Julie takes care of the registration. She's got Tammy and Susie helping her in the registration. I'm afraid I'm going to lose somebody. Bobby Godfrey. Bobby Godfrey and Dennis, my son, were up here cleaning the streets, taking all of the dirt out of the curbing and lifting it up and taking it away,
Doing
mowing.
a spit shine on it, huh?
Mowing, and you know, we're going into fall, and it's beautiful down here.
Got
It's
Terry
beautiful.
Dees over here. I saw him earlier.
Terry Dees,
Terry
he
Dees
came
is a
down and
helper.
helped park. He picked up some sponsors for us. One thing I hear over and over is that people come to the Hooker Car Show, go to other car shows talking about the Hooker Car Show. And I've had several people here that I had one guy come from Colby, Kansas, ran into Lawrence Madem at the Scott City Car Show and said, you have to be here. He's here he
good.
drove over, he out of here this morning.
Good.
But we just hear that everybody enjoys it tremendously. So I think we're on the right track.
And you guys have a website, right?
We do.
There's a Hooker Car Show website.
HookerCarshow.com. And we're on Facebook.
Assume that you put pictures, events,
We do.
topics and stuff like that on there.
And we also have Facebook. And we have about 500 and some on our mailing list. We send out save the dates and we send them out flyers. We have some awesome sponsors.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to touch base with you because we're like I said, we're about to close out our day's coverage of the event here. But I want to thank you for everything you do for Hooker and for the car show.
Hey, I love doing this. It's one of my happiest days of the year, even though I'm beat, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Well, thank you again. We'll talk to you
You're very
soon.
welcome. Thank you.
It's not too turtle loud. I mean, I might be able to hear someday. Believe it or not, this hurts my shoulder. You know what? We'll get this.